If I may, I'm William Drew, I'm the group editor of the world's 50 best restaurants, and welcome to you all this morning. Thank you for joining us here at Eneko at 1 Aldwych. We appreciate you giving us your time this morning. We're also very grateful to Eneko Atxa and his team here, led by Executive Chef Matteo, his London team for feeding us so well this morning, as well as to the Hotel 1 Aldwych for helping us host this event. Welcome to you, the members of the media who have joined us this morning. Welcome also to our chef and restaurateur friends from both the UK and from Spain. And thank you to all our sponsor partners who have joined us, both old and new, for today's exciting announcement. So over the next 20 minutes or so, I'll introduce 4 speakers. They will include chefs Elena, Arzak and celebrities Brett Graham, as well as the President of the Government of Bizkaia, and in a moment, Charles Reid of William Reid, parent company of the world's 50 best restaurants. At the end of the formal speeches, we'll open the floor to questions, so if you have any, get them prepared. We'll also be available immediately afterwards for any questions or any interviews. First, however, as I'm sure most of you know, we are only recently returned from Australia, where we celebrated the 2017 edition of the world's 50 best restaurants with the biggest and, we like to think, best event programme so far. We thought we'd kick off by giving you a very brief taste of 50 best down under, to be shown on the screens to your sides. Now, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the Group Managing Director of William Reid Business Media, Mr. Charles Reid.
Good morning, everybody. Well, hopefully that gave you a pretty good taste of the recent edition of the world's 50 best restaurants. It was just ran down in Melbourne. I can see a few faces here that were down under with us in Melbourne. And I'm sure you'd also testify that it was a fantastic celebration of gastronomy. We brought together the world's food community and finest chefs, and it was a very diverse audience, ranging from growers and producers, winemakers and sommeliers, chefs and restaurateurs, and of course a very strong representation from our friends in the global media. It was the latest unveiling of our list in a 15-year journey from the launch of the world's 50 best restaurants back in 2002. And I think it's fair to say we've come a long way in that time. The list was originally just simply published in a magazine to an event now where we have over 1,000 guests at the main awards, including pretty much all the world's top chefs. Let me tell you, it's quite a party. The whole programme generated literally thousands of articles across the world, creating unparalleled interest in the region and helping to drive gastrotourism on a global scale. It was in 2013 that we launched Asia's 50 best restaurants and Latin America's 50 best restaurants, which widened our reach and influence amongst these emerging culinary destinations. But it wasn't until 2016 that we decided to take our flagship event, the world's 50 best, on a global tour. So after only ever hosting the event here in London, we took it first to New York, and then, as you've just seen, to Melbourne. And this year, that was this year, reinforcing the status of 50 best as a genuinely global brand. So, where to next? Well, as you probably know, that's why we're all here what we're here to announce this morning. But I suspect that perhaps our choice of venue for the launch has probably stolen any chance of a big reveal. One of the bonuses of that choice, of course, is that we've been lucky enough to enjoy a taste of fantastic Basque cuisine here this morning, courtesy of Eneko and his team. Thank you so much, Eneko, for hosting our launch and making us all so welcome. So, London, New York, Melbourne, and then now, in 2018, we look forward to returning to Europe. And I'm delighted to have formally announced that the world's 50 best restaurants 2018 will be held in Bilbao, with events across the Basque Country, the food centre of Spain. In bringing our awards to this region, we're very excited to have partnered with the government of Bizkaia, or Bizkaia in local tongue, of which Bilbao is the capital. Spain, led by the Basque Country, has been at the forefront of the revolution in global gastronomy, and of course, its restaurants have also played a lead role in the world's 50 best. Arzak, Mugaritz have been prominent in the ranking for over a decade, with others such as Extrabarri and Azumendi flying high in recent years. Bizkaia and the Basque Country are synonymous with great food, a culture where restaurants, bars and hospitality are central to life, society and life. So together with our partners in Bizkaia, we will be bringing the world's fine dining community, chefs and media to see this firsthand through an exciting programme of events around Bilbao and San Sebastian that give visitors a taste of the legendary Basque cuisine, spectacular wines and rich hospitality. We will reveal further details, including confirming precise dates and venues in due course, although in the meantime, can I suggest that you keep June 2018 free in your diaries. We're very excited to be embarking on a new 50 Best adventure in partnership with the government of Bizkaia, along with the support of our key commercial partners, some over here are represented here today. Thank you. That's all from me. Thank you all very much for coming, and I hope to all see you in Bizkaia.
Thank you, Charles. To follow that exciting news, I'd like to welcome the President of the Government of Bizkaia, or Bizkaia in Spanish and Basque, Mr. Unai Ramentaria.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, everybody, and thank you for coming. Charles, William, thank you, of course, and thanks to the world's 50 best restaurants. And a special thanks to Eneko and to Elena and Brad. Thank you very, very much for being here. Firstly, I can say that I feel at home. I'm at home. Elena and Eneko are Basque, like me, you know. And Eneko is a Bizkaian gastronomic ambassador, the best gastronomic ambassador that we have. Bizkaia now, can I say that is best, a best territory, I think. But for the world, I'm proud to all that Bizkaia 50 best we will help, in Bizkaia next year. I'm very proud of that. Because it will help the world to know us better. But now, I'm thinking, I prefer to show you in a video, that maybe can help to know about us better. You have the video. Well, I can say that it's a good place. I say that it's a good place. I can say that. Thank you. As you probably know, Bizkaia is the largest Basque territory, the economic center of the autonomous community of the Basque Country. And we are the Bay of Europe, we can say that, a privileged place. We are the north of the south and the south of the north. What do I mean with that? The fact that we combine the sereness and industrial character of the northern Europe with the pleasure life in southern Europe. Bizkaia is a territory where people live very well, with a very high quality of life. A safe place with one of the lowest rate crime in Europe, and a country with talent like Eneko, like Elena, of course. Among these life pressures, cuisine is one of the most important for us. For us, gastronomy is a culture as well as pleasure, a mixture of tradition, respect, and quality. And in addition to culture, gastronomy is one way to attract, of course, visitors to Bizkaia, that is my country, to Bizkaia and the Basque Country, to create economic activity and employment. You are probably wondering how a small territory has succeeded in attracting this important gala next year. Firstly, because we, Basques, are committed to quality and things well done, like with our cuisine, like Elena, bread, and Eneko. and because we have an entrepreneurial government, the government of Bizkaia, that dares to do things differently. Different things, but always thinking about the well-being and quality of life of men and the women of Bizkaia. We look forward to receiving you in Bizkaia, of course, in Bilbao. You will love it, I'm sure you'll love it, and will probably not want to leave. But see you again the next June, next year, and I know that the day is getting closer. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President. Now, I'm delighted that we're also joined by another very important figure in Basque gastronomy, the former holder of the title of the world's best female chef and co-owner with her father, the legendary Juan Marie, of restaurant Arzak in San Sebastian, a restaurant that has featured in the world's 50 best restaurants list almost its entire 15-year history, which is quite some achievement. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Elena Arzak Espina.
Bueno, egunon denori in Basque. Good morning, buenos días. Unai, thank you for the nice video. William, Charles, really, thank you for inviting me to be here, because it's a proud to be here by Eneko, tasting Basque food. It's a privilege to be announced to the Basque country to be hosting the 2018 World's 50 Best Awards. Really is an honor. My father and I, we are proud to have been on the list since the year 2004, and we have been awarded many times. We are delighted to welcome the World's 50 Best Restaurant to our corner, in this case in Bizkaia, in the Basque area, of the culinary world. This year, we are celebrating in my family in Arzak, 120 years anniversary at Arzak. And this announcement is really like the cherry on the top of the cake. The Basque country has a long tradition of gastronomy excellence. It's a small region, but lives and breathes food. Basque cuisine has its own identity. The Basque country is small, but very powerful. We are a close community of chefs with a shared gastronomy heritage. We are blessed with a microclimate, which gives us superb produce, cool waters, as you saw on the video, for fish and seafood, and we are surrounded by vineyards producing Chacoli, Rioja Alavesa, as well orchards for cider. It's a wonderful place to be a chef. The distinction of hosting the 2011 World's 50 Best is exciting and perhaps a bit daunting for all of us. Lots of responsibility. We know the eyes of the gastronomic world will be upon us. It's an ideal occasion to showcase the food, wine, and so many talents of our region. We have attracted our share of visitors looking for excellent food and unique dining experience over the years to the Basque area. For it's really that the World 50 Best list has been important to Spain since the beginning, as its influence has grown a lot. We have been attracting many foodies since the list, guided by the list, and that are increasing, as I told you, who travel all over around the world looking for new flavors and excellent new avant-garde techniques. This is why the World's 50 Best Awards in the Basque country will be a grand celebration, and we are thrilled to be part of it. Once again, thank you very much, and you are all welcome. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Elena. Finally, to round things off, a truly international chef, born and raised in Australia, but who has made his home here in London. He opened the Ledbury in Notting Hill a decade or so ago and has featured on the world's 50 best restaurants list for the last 6 years. So we dragged him back to Australia last month, but now he's back here with us in London. Please welcome from the library, Brett Graham.
Thank you, Will. Good morning, everybody. After being in London for so many years, the 50 Best is on a road trip of sorts. It's become an annual gathering for those of us lucky to be involved. From a chef's perspective, it's helped us to connect to an international community by meeting once a year. It took on a whole new atmosphere in the first year away from London. New York was the first stop, as you know, and it was a brilliant trip. We all managed to visit a variety of different places and enjoyed being able to experience the city like we hadn't seen it before. It was here in New York, away from London, that I saw not only the huge amount of effort the New York restaurants put into entertaining all of us foreign guests, but also saw the huge contribution they had made to the industry. Also, to see the massive global appeal of the 50 Best was amazing. I was so pleased and proud this year as we visited my birthplace when Australia took its turn hosting. Australia turned on an incredible show, and it was at the start of the trip at the 50 Best talks at the Sydney Opera House in front of 2,500 people that I realised just how much the restaurant industry and interest in cooking has evolved since I left the shores 17 years earlier. Australian chefs and restaurants are amongst the best in the world, and this event helped to demonstrate this to the chefs and the journalists who were visiting. Tourism Australia took it to a whole new level, and everyone was involved, so well looked after by them. Trips to wineries, suppliers, far-flung corners of the country, and dinner on the beach. We all had an incredible time and helped to raise Australia's profile as not only a great place to visit, but also a brilliant place to eat. This annual event is now helping chefs to discover new places, restaurants, ingredients that become both inspirational and educational, which help raise the profile of the industry both front and back of house, and hopefully help make people consider a career in hospitality. The library has been very fortunate to be involved in the 50 Best for the last 6 years and hope to continue to fly the flag for Britain, along with the Clove Club, Dinner, St John's, Sedona and Lyles, and hopefully be able to join the next chapter in my favourite part of Spain as the Basque region takes its turn at the table and we discover the next chapter and find out in 2018 which restaurant will become the best in the world. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Brett. That ends the formal proceedings. My turn.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask about why you think food is so central to British culture and society, and maybe talk about the Chocolate Dining Societies and explain what they are briefly.
Bueno, it has been studied for a long time why the food is so important in the Basque area. Really, we don't have the key for the answer. A lot of historians, anthropologists have been studying why. The only reason, for example, we know is that geographically we are located in a privileged space. For the fish, for the farmers, it's really the products are incredible. Since always we know that the Basque like to eat very well. Why? No idea. Also, the revolution of the new Basque cuisines in the late 70s, early 80s has been also a point that increased that importance for the food. No? But it's really a secret, like many things for the Basque.
Any further questions from the audience? I'm going to ask Brett a question now. As a chef who's travelling, you mentioned going to New York, going to Australia. Is it increasingly important for chefs to travel and to see other parts of the world? Do you think that's increasingly influential for top chefs?
Yeah, I think it's always hard to get away from a restaurant. We all have different restaurants we run who have different hours, but what's great about travelling and having the event in Australia and then New York was that we had to actually make an effort to close the restaurant or make arrangements to make sure we could keep the restaurant open and go. And it really changed the atmosphere because I thought that by travelling to Australia, everyone was on holidays basically. It made such an amazing atmosphere. And also, the travel thing's really important. You forge amazing relationships which might turn out to be someone that you collaborate on a dinner with, and all of that's knowledge. And even visiting other suppliers in different parts of the world to see how they do it also becomes very inspirational about what you do on your menu and perhaps will help you improve, the way in which you deal with your produce in this country. It's very helpful.
Eneko.
Like other countries, we have incredible respect for our farmers, our producers, our products. but also we have incredible traditional recipes before us, but also we have incredible power to make a very contemporary gastronomy, but also not all is high gastronomy. We have other offers also for the tourists to enjoy with the food. We have the pinchos in the bar, we have the chocos that Elena explained just now, and we have other concepts that the people have to know. And then, really, we have an incredible offer that the people pass not one day, not 1 week, more time, and a lot of times, discovering the gastronomy of scale with different specialties.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. The chefs will be available for one-to-one interviews immediately after this, but in the meantime, thank you to the Government of Bizkaia for this partnership. Thank you to all our other commercial partners. Thank you to the media for coming, and we really hope to see you in Bilbao next year. Enjoy the rest of your day.